Today's First Alert afternoon weather update is brought to you by Lockhart Roofing.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here live for our 2 p.m. First Alert weather live stream. I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. We'll take a look at the wet conditions that started early in the week and will continue to be a sight as we get through the next couple of days. Obviously, we get to see some warming temperatures as well. So just sort of a list here we'll go over for what you can expect through the rest of the week. We start off, as always, taking a look outside. This is our US 10 camera that does show a little bit of a breeze there. You do see, let's see if we can get this started real quick. Why didn't that start? Okay. What you do see is overcast skies. That will continue to be the trend. The nice thing is not seeing much rain. Now, I'm not going to count out some mist at times. And obviously, you still have that fog that's wanting to develop here as we get through our sort of mid-afternoon. So that'll be something you have to deal with, is that reduced visibility. But otherwise, we should be mostly dry from any consistent rainfall here through our rest of our Wednesday. I also want to look across other areas of the state. We'll take a look at downtown Flint right now. I'm also showing those overcast skies. But for the most part, that fog is lifted in an area around Flint, Genesee County. We'll see if that continues to be the trend here for the day. Like I mentioned before, you may run into a quick mist as you get out and about, but for the most part, you are going to be seeing less. As we look towards downtown Saginaw, it's more of the same, just overcast skies, but not seeing consistent rain. The one thing you'll probably notice here, if you've seen this cam over the last couple of days, warming temperatures, and that rainfall has allowed some of that snow to melt, so we're starting to see some more green again. Obviously, if you're someone that likes wintertime, you're probably looking for some of that snow to be on the ground. And Sky Tracker goes along with what we're seeing in the skies. It is overcast, but we're not seeing any of that consistent rain. You may see that mist at times. You may even see some fog, but for the most part, you are going to stay dry through the rest of the day. That won't be the case through the rest of the week. I'll get to that here in just a second. Quickly highlighting visibilities, most of the fog has lifted at this point. There's still a few areas that you might be getting it, especially Huron County, Bad Axe out to the east, Port Hope, Port Austin. Those will be areas, if you do live out there, you might be running into some reduced visibilities as you see some mist or fog here as we get through the next couple of hours. But like I mentioned, most of that is lifting at this point and should be gone by the afternoon. We'll be dry tonight. It'll be Thursday by the end of the day that we see our next rain chance. Temperatures across the region are sitting mostly mid to upper 30s. Our warmest areas are Flint at 38, Lapeer at 39, but not by much, only a degree or two warmer than the rest of the region. Caseville at 35, Bad Axe 36, West Branch at 36, Holton Lake at 33 is one of the cooler areas that we are seeing right now. In terms of our wind, it's mostly out of the west-southwest, sitting right around 5 to 15 miles per hour. So definitely calmer than what we've been seeing here over the last couple of, or at least the last couple of weeks. Obviously, most of this week has been calm. This won't be the case much longer as we get into tomorrow. That low pressure system that is going to bring us a rain chance does increase our wind across the state. So if you do have anything outdoors that needs to be secured, make sure you do that today as you have some time before that wind does look to increase. And we'll start to see signals of that wind looking to increase really even late tonight. It won't be anything extreme, but definitely noticeable as we get through tonight into tomorrow morning. So just be prepared for that if you do have anything outdoors that needs to be secured, that could be blown away if we do, when we do start to see those stronger winds across the end of the day, Thursday into our Friday. And obviously, like we've been talking about, we're going to be first alerting you to our next chance of rain. That will be Thursday. Right now, rain totals are about 1/4 to 1/2 inch, with that rain chance entering again late Thursday. So we're talking beyond 7 p.m. One of the things about this is you will actually have the chance to hear a few rumbles of thunder. It's not going to be widespread where everyone's going to have that chance, but there's definitely going to be a few areas that can get enough energy there that you do have that chance of hearing a rumble of thunder. This is something we've been seeing as we get these rain chances over the last couple of weeks, and we continue to have that chance as we get into late Thursday. So if there's someone that's looking for some of that thunder, you definitely have that opportunity for late Thursday. But I do have to take a quick break. Once I come back from that break, we're going to be looking at temperatures warming up for the next couple of nights and next couple of days, more at that rain chance, and another update with those stronger winds that look to set up. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Well, welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here for the second half of our First Alert afternoon live stream. I want to thank everyone for joining me here on all of our platforms. If you missed out on a stream, you can catch up on your YouTube and Facebook channels at WNEM TV5 News. And if you want to catch a live stream live, you can head over to our website at WNEM.com. There's a live stream tab, and any of our First Alert weather live streams will be streamed there. So just multiple ways you can catch our streams. We start off with our lows for tonight here in the second half. It's upper 20s, lower 30s, so they're starting to see that sign that, hey, we're starting to warm up just a little bit. And you see that, again, even today we're a little bit warmer than what we've been seeing, but lower 30s in areas like Bay City, Saginaw, mostly the Bay South is going to be those areas that could see lower 30s. Owasso 31. I think Flint is going to be very close from the upper 20s to the lower 30s. Lapeer at 30. I think Sandusky is one of those areas that could be close to being upper 20s to the lower 30s. And then shoreline cities would be other areas. Port Hope we can see at 29. That could easily get up to 30. Like I just mentioned, Bay City at 30. And most of the rest of the region, it's not going to be that much different. It's mid to upper 20s, 26, 27, 28 will be where we sit for many locations as we get through tonight. Then we get to Thursday. Highs warming up just a little bit more. We're from the lower 40s to the lower 50s. It's going to be a little bit cooler to the north. Holton Lake at 41, West Branch 41. As you move towards the shorelines, you start to see more of those 41 to 42, but you start to warm up as you move south. Standish, Gladwin, Clare at 43. Bad Axe also at 43. Get to Bay City, Midland at 44, 45, 46. Even Midland right now reading 48 for tomorrow afternoon. Then you get a little bit farther south. You start to see 48, 49, and 50. And again, that could become more widespread easily as we get through the day. You could warm up a little bit more. Wouldn't surprise me if Saginaw gets a little bit warmer. Midland maybe into the 50s. Alma at 48 could be in the 50s. Owasso right now is at 50. Could you be at 51 and 52? I'm definitely not going to count that out as we get through our Thursday. Then Thursday night into Friday, we can see that warm up really showing up, and I think that's where we see it with our lows. Again, this is for Thursday night into Friday morning. As you're waking up Friday morning, it's hot or lows in the upper 30s. You may catch a few lower 40s in there. Really just very similar across the board in terms of our low temperatures. So it's going to be one of those mornings. Still need to be bundled up, but it's definitely going to feel warmer than maybe what we've seen for most of the season and what we're going to see as we get through the next couple of weeks. But definitely a warmer day there, and then the warmer afternoon, because it does look like Friday, some warm air starts to be filtered in, and we start to see those temperatures rise. We're back upper 40s and seeing a lot more lower 50s. And this isn't a north or south thing. Almost everywhere is going to be very similar in the upper 40s and lower 50 mark. Again here, Houghton Lake at 50, West Branch 50, Standish, Bay City, all at 50, Bad Axe at 50. Then getting closer to the mid-50s, Lapeer, Sandusky both at 55, Owasso showing 55 for Friday. So if you're someone that's been looking for sort of a warmer day, you're definitely going to get that on Friday. Any snow that we do have is going to melt. We'll continue to see that melting, obviously, as we get some rain to help in. And obviously, it's going to take care of some of that ice. Obviously, we had a few chances of freezing rain here over the last couple of weeks, and a lot of that ice in some areas hasn't had the chance to really melt very well because we've been colder. We've been below freezing. So getting these days with 30s above freezing, 40s and 50s, that helps melt ice that you see on the roads, ice that you might have on your house, on the sidewalks, just getting us into a better spot for anyone that's been really sick of dealing with the ice that has formed or been falling here over the last couple of weeks. Now we do have to look at our wind. It is going to pick up here. Like I mentioned, not much today. It is wind gust from the south-southwest at 10 to, let's go 20 miles per hour. You still have a few areas out towards Huron County, the shorelines, Bad Axe, Port Hope, Port Austin, where you could get up to 20 miles per hour. Even eastern Sanilac and northern Sanilac counties getting up to 20 miles per hour wouldn't surprise me. But we continue to see that increase as we get through tonight. Then you're waking up Thursday morning. You see winds now still 10 to 20 miles per hour, but more winds up to 15 to 20. And another thing you'll notice as well with this is our wind direction change. Instead of being from the southwest, it is now mostly from the south. Our strongest wind still out to our shoreline cities like Port Hope, Bad Axe, and then getting out down to Sandusky. And then Owasso, Flint, Lapeer also 15 to 20 miles per hour. And then through the afternoon Thursday, it increases a little bit more. You can start to see another change in our wind direction, now mostly from the south-southeast. So in a span of 24 hours, we're going to see our wind shift from the southwest to the southeast, and you'll see that increase continue to happen. So right now, this is 5 p.m. on Thursday. Those winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and it's not the strongest. We're going to continue to increase as we get through Thursday night when that low pressure system really starts to show itself in mid-Michigan. This is 10 p.m. Thursday where we start to see our peak wind gusts show up. Flint, Owasso, sort of our southern counties seeing wind gusts up to 35 to 40 miles per hour. And most of mid-Michigan will see those stronger wind gusts by midnight to 2, 3, 4 a.m. Friday morning. So Friday morning is going to be that time period where if you have anything outdoors that could be blown away, you're going to want to make sure that's secured. You don't want to have to be retrieving stuff around your yard Friday morning as you're getting out for work, school, or whatever your Friday morning routine is. By the afternoon Friday, though, it does look like we'll start to calm down just a little bit, still at 25 to 35 miles per hour, though, here at noon on Friday. But by the afternoon and evening Friday, it's going to calm down, mostly from now the north at 10 to, we'll go 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now your hour by hour, it's going to show we're dry through the rest of the day. Again, you could still run into a mist or a fog, but it's a chance that is starting to lower as we get through the night. We're still dry. You may see some sunshine to start the day for Thursday, but it won't last long. That low pressure system shows itself early in the afternoon on Thursday, and by 6 p.m. we do start to see that rain chance. We'll start out at 127 first, spread out across the region, and I think by 10 p.m. is really where we see the heart of that low pressure system showing itself with, again, consistent and heavy rainfall across the region. Now, again, it's a low pressure system. Things could change in terms of could it shift a little bit farther south? Could it shift a little bit farther north? I think that'll be the question, but it does look like right now consistency has shown that rain chance late Thursday night into Friday morning. It will move out as early as, I'd say, 5 a.m., but still a few isolated showers are going to be possible on and off through about 9 a.m. on Friday. So if you have plans Friday morning, I know a lot of little ones will be going off to school, maybe you're heading off to work, just be prepared for some rain as you're getting out and about on the roadways. And then the rest of Friday looks to be dry. You may even start to see some sunshine towards the end of Friday afternoon. Now your 7-day forecast, again, is showing us that warm up, 30s, upper 30s tomorrow. There will be some today. We'll get the 40s for tomorrow, back to the 50s on Friday. And then we're back to the 30s and actually getting below freezing on Sunday. So any rain chances that we have that sort of linger into the weekend we'll eventually start to transition back into a snow chance. So that will be late Saturday into Sunday. We get some lighter precipitation chances, and that should start to transition from rain into snow as we have that temperature drop. We'll stay in the 30s for Monday and Tuesday. It does look like we'll start a little bit drier for next week. I will say, though, there are some forecasting models that have been trying to push maybe a few light snow chances next week, and even if we get to the mid-30s, may end up turning into a light rain chance. So I don't think we're done with precipitation. We really haven't had a break here. We get a few days and another system moves in and another system moves in, and that looks to be the trend here over the next couple of days. Again, rain chances for Thursday into Friday, a rain and snow chance Saturday, and then that snow chance just sticking around for Sunday. But with that, I don't see any questions over in our Facebook chat. I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. As always, make sure you scan that QR code right below me. That will download our First Alert weather app to your Android or Apple device. There you get more updates from the TV5 First Alert weather team. You can also head over to our website at WNEM.com. There you can go to our weather tab for more weather information. You can go to our news tab for the latest news. There's a sports tab for the latest sports. You can pretty much get everything from WNEM TV5 updated there. And you can also catch our live streams on Roku and Apple TV. So if you don't want to watch us on your phone, you can load those on there. If you missed out on this stream and want some more information or even updated information, you can check out our evening First Alert Weather live stream, where Chief Meteorologist Chris Easlick will have more updates later this evening on what we have for in terms of updates for that rain chance on Thursday into Friday. Like I mentioned before, thank you everyone for joining me. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday and stay dry through the rest of the week.
Thank you for joining us. Today's stream has been brought to you by Lockhart Roofing.